All right, so let's talk about the things you should never automate. Or if you are doing it, you have to do it the right way. There are some things that you should never let AI automate in your business, even if it works, even if it saves you hours. Because automating the wrong thing doesn't just cost you time, it erodes the very thing that differentiates you from your competitor using the same tools. I've spent the last year building AI systems for small businesses, and the pattern that I keep seeing is the owners who are actually winning with AI automation are the ones aggressively doing it, but at the same time, extremely disciplined on which areas to touch and which areas to leave alone. So here are three things that you should keep out of AI's hands, no matter how good the tools get. Point number one, your voice. The stuff that your customers associate with your brand, with you, and with your business. This could be your emails, your social media posts, your thank you messages, and they must be in the way you talk to people. See, let's be clear. Everyone can spot when something has been written by AI or when something has been written by an actual human. And there is no worse thing than customer realizing that the personalized email that he or she was receiving was not actually personalized. They were just some words written by AI. And this hits the trust that you have built over the years with that customer. Now, that doesn't mean you don't use AI to write. You use it to draft. You use it to outline. Use it to bounce off ideas. But the published version, the thing with your name on it, needs your fingerprints, your opinions, your specific word choices. Now, there's another way of doing it, which is the longer way and the better way if you want to automate your voice. You can train your AI on how you talk, on how you write emails, on how you create your brand posts. But this is the longer process. We will talk about this in some other video in the future. Long story short, automate the 80% which is mechanical, but the 20% which is you, your voice, keep that. Point number two, high stakes customer conversations. I'm talking about high stake conversations, like you closing a prospect or talking about complaints with your customers. Anything where the customer is stressed, anything where it could actually be the difference between the transaction happening and not happening. You should be the one handling it. The AI can handle a confirmation email at 2 a.m. That's the best use. But when someone is upset or when someone is iffy or at that tipping point where they're choosing between you or not going with your service at all, is where you have to be present. Every business has a handful of these customer moments that define whether a customer stays or leaves. Those moments are where you bring the most leverage and not AI. So automate the thank yous, but keep the apologies. Point number three, final review. And this is what most owners don't even think about. Never automate the final review of anything AI generates. If your AI drafts proposals, you check the proposals. If it drafts the invoices, you check the invoices. If it summarizes calls for you, you check those summaries. Anything it does, anything it produces, reports, proposals, summaries, internal messaging, you have to keep an oversight. So here's what happens when you skip this step. You stop noticing mistakes. Small errors compound. A wrong number on the quote, a misquoted customer is enough, hits your reputation, and this costs you real dollars. So automate the work, but never the check process. We call it human in the loop. Always keep a human in the loop who is responsible, who is accountable for what the AI does. And yeah, so those were the three things you keep out of AI's hands. First, your voice. Second, high stake customer conversations. And third, human in the loop. Everything else, fair game. Automate aggressively. Because businesses winning with AI aren't the one automating the most. They are the ones automating the right thing and protecting the others. Thank you.